fat celebrities is a huge problem. Okay, that was wild. I'm sorry. Recently, you know, I've been seeing a lot of people blow up on social media because of their weight. And that's like, I guess, a huge part of their growth. You know, like Nick Avocado, for example, in 2020, you know, we all saw him. And then all of a sudden, he went through the greatest transformation of the decade. And I think that's what every fat celebrity should be trying to do. They should try to be like Nicholas Perry. Because shit, the numbers aren't lying. The video 2 Steps Ahead or whatever it was got like 30 million views. The people want to see it. And I said if Nicholas Avocado did this, he would go viral. And look what happened. He went viral. Everybody was talking about him. He became one of the biggest memes of the year. Again, no pun intended, I swear. But recently, one person that I saw that's like really blowing up at the moment is this guy called Dave Blunts. Now, Dave Blunts, for those of you that don't know, is a 500-pound TikTok rapper. And because of his weight and like the fact that he cannot put down the cup, he went extremely viral. That's his biggest song right now. It's like approaching 5 million plays on Spotify. And he's getting closer to 1 million monthly listeners. And reels about him and the meme of people not being able to put down the cup has gone so viral on Instagram Reels. The amount of reels I've seen about it is insane. And the virality really started when Dave Blunts did his first show. Somebody posted a clip of him sitting in a chair and captioned it aura. Yeah, you can clearly see the problem here. Like, he can't even stand up at his own show. You see the problem here. Rappers are usually turning up at their shows like, hey, yeah, let's go. But Dave Blunts, no. He was just sitting there, all right, on a chair singing his songs. He literally cannot stand up. It's getting that bad. And that's the reason why he's going so viral. But he's like putting his health in jeopardy at the same time. Like, David needs to put down the cup and lock in. Like, if he had a transformation like Nick Avocado, 500-pound rapper loses 300 pounds, the internet would go insane. Everybody would hear about that shit, and it would just create even more buzz around the Dave Blunts name. It's getting so bad where he has to spend a lot of time in the hospital that he can't even leave the hospital. And regardless of the weight, you know, I think he has a really great personality, and I see the appeal as to why people would like him as an artist. Like, his bars are extremely out of pocket, and that's another reason why he's been going viral. Like, one song he was talking about how he asked his nurse to give him head while he was in the hospital bed. Dave, bro, there's no way. That cannot be a real scenario. But seriously though, if he locks in, loses the weight, I feel like that could get him an even bigger fan base. And he went even more viral where he performed at Juice WRLD Day. Apparently he was beefing with Snoop Dogg. I had no idea about this, because Snoop Dogg was saying like, this dude's gotta lose the weight and he's fat as hell. And Dave Blunts, I mean, he's not wrong. And even Lil Yachty told him to hit the gym. And if he's somehow watching this video, they're not wrong, Dave. You gotta lock in, bro. He performed sitting on a big ass couch with an oxygen tank on Juice WRLD Day.
Hey, Chicago, do y'all have a problem with me sitting down on this stage? Yeah. Exactly.
And fans grew even more concerned for his health. And he couldn't even walk his way out of there. Like, they had to wheel him out of there. My comments were saying like they had to move Dave around like a piece of furniture. It's getting really bad, bro. Even his own fans are telling him to put down the cup. But I think as of now, Dave Blunts has finally stepped out of the hospital, so he is doing better, thankfully. He said somewhere, I don't know where exactly, but he said he was in the ballpark of like 500 pounds. Like, Jesus Christ, I don't even know how his body is still operating at that weight. And it's honestly sad that, like, people on TikTok are promoting obesity and, like, fat acceptance. You can't have that big of a back. It's gonna be a huge health issue. But there are a lot of rappers out there that have a big back, such as Rod Wave, Big X the Plug, That Mexican OT, Lucky, and many more. Like, the list just keeps going. But yeah, apparently at a show, Rod Wave fell through the stage. At that point, I would be like, damn, all right, I gotta lock the hell in. How did I fall through the stage? That's crazy. I don't know how many times people have made jokes about Rod Wave being fat. Hell, I probably even made a joke like that in one of my previous videos. But where the problem comes in, these celebrities, they get a lot of success, which is great. But the problem is their weight was a huge part of their success, or their weight is just not in order after their success. Like Lizzo, for example. Like, a lot of people love her music, but her weight was just not in order, but she's finally losing weight. She was sick of all the TikTok videos of people calling her fat, so she just had to lock in and start losing weight. I don't know how many times I've seen a Lizzo fat joke. Probably more than Rod Wave, honestly. Like, somebody that lost weight too, for example, is Gunna. Gunna was putting in that work and lost a shit ton of weight. But another celebrity I could think of recently as well, Queso. One reason why he got big. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. But seriously, though, one reason why he got famous was because of those, like, fat jokes people would make in his chat. Or people will send him, like, PSN messages saying, like, for example, calling him Snack Harlow or 21 servings. Like, it would always be, like, some kind of pun about snacks or being fat or eating. And whenever the word fat is brought up, everybody says queso. Like, that's the first thing everybody thinks of, which is crazy. I made a video, I think it was about a year ago now, where I was talking about my experiences being the fat kid. You know, I was once a former big bag. And the amount of comments I saw that was like, bros built like queso, bros built like queso, is unreal. Or during this era of Queso's career, I guess he was like really playing into it. I think eventually people really grew to like his personality, and they ended up sticking around. And he's one of the most relevant streamers still at the end of the year. And he's one of the most authentic streamers in my opinion. Like, he's not in any of these like e-dates and any of that shit. Like, he just chills and plays games. But being fat isn't a reason why these celebrities, streamers, rappers, whatever you want to say, it should be like for their personality, their music. It should just be about whatever they offer as an artist or a creator. Because in 2021, Nick Avocado kept eating because being fat was bringing him virality, but he was putting his health in jeopardy. Doesn't matter if it was a social experiment, still, that's just not good for your health at all. He had to wear one of those like oxygen masks all the time. Like, I would never do that shit for YouTube views. And obviously there's the other side of the spectrum. You know, you got people making fun of them, and then you got people like, oh, it's okay, you know, you can be 500 pounds. And then there's fat people coming on TikTok saying that, like, we need to accept all bodies and accommodate for fat people and accept that they love to eat or whatever, even though it's putting their health at risk. Like, seriously? And I have no ill will towards fat people at all. I don't want this video to come off that way. You know, all I'm saying is that they just need to lock in and lose the weight, because they could sadly pass away before they even chase their dreams. Because for some celebrities, it's on that level, like Dave Blunt's, for example. Another celebrity that got famous for being fatter. Well, she's not really a celebrity, to be honest with you. Gorlock the Destroyer. 2 years ago, Gorlock got famous for being on the Whatever podcast, and ever since, the memes just wrote themselves. I don't know, there was one clip of her, like, where she was, I don't know, going to the club, and then she was mad that guys didn't hit on her, so her solution was to quote-unquote eat Jack in the Box in her feelings. Like, yeah, we should not be promoting that type of behavior. Eating in your feelings is not a good coping mechanism for whatever the hell it is you're going through. It's just like any other addiction, like shopping, gambling, alcohol, whatever. You know, you just can't overdo it, or else it's just going to become an addiction, and it's just going to lead you to a bunch of other problems in your life. And I guess she was one of the people pushing for that body positivity thing. Like, she was saying she was a 10, which is insane, by the way. That is a crazy take. But regardless, she said it, and the fact that she had this quote-unquote certified baddie energy, or whatever the fuck she called it, that's why she went viral. And how easy the jokes were in this situation. It was like somebody passes you a little lob and you got like a wide open hoop to hit the dunk. And then when some celebrities lose weight, they end up losing too much weight. Like Ice Spice, for example. A lot of people are saying Ice Spice has been taking Ozempic, and a lot of fans got concerned when she posted one photo where, you know, she looked so skinny to the point where it looked like she was starving herself. But yeah, sometimes people do way too much to try to meet Hollywood beauty standards. And I guess this year specifically, a lot of celebrities have been accused of using Ozempic. And now what Ozempic is meant for is it's supposed to be used on people who have type 2 diabetes. Some celebrities just decided to take it just because of the weight loss side effects, like Amy Schumer, for example, decided to use Ozempic to lose weight. And obviously this year, the demand for Ozempic went up because people wanted to use it for weight loss, so they tried to get that shit prescribed to them from their doctors, which resulted in a shortage of Ozempic. Like, people who genuinely needed Ozempic were not getting it. And I don't know why, like, so many celebrities wanted to go down the Ozempic route. Like, I feel like losing weight naturally is just better. I mean, there's so many side effects with Ozempic. And plus, when you take Ozempic, you lose fat and muscle. Like, I just don't see a need for all these celebrities to take it. I mean, unless you're in a position where, like, you need to lose weight or else you're gonna die. But I guess some people wanted to use Ozempic for the faster results. I don't know. It's a whole moral debate right now, apparently, whether people who don't really need Ozempic should be using it. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor, so I can't really answer that question for certain. But the only thing I really can do is just give my opinion. But yeah, I go more deep into the topic about fat acceptance and why it's bad in this video right here, so just click on it.